Hello everybody, my name is Daniel Creel, Ambassador of PinSeeker, and today we're going to be diving into a ball test. So what we're going to be testing today is the Titleist Pro V1 Series. So what caught my interest was, I got on eBay, I was just looking around browsing, and I noticed that there's this left dot ball. People are selling a dozen of these balls for $150, and people are paying it. So I thought, well, why not put these balls to the test? So not only did I want to test the left dot, I wanted to test the new left dash, the Pro V1, and the Pro V1X, and seeing which one, if the new balls outperform the old balls, or does it just the old trusty balls is what we need to stick to. So let's see if it's a fad, or let's see if there's something to this. So for this test, I'm going to be hitting 58 degree. I'm going to be hitting a 9-iron. I'm going to be hitting a 6-iron and a driver. So I just wanted to let you know what equipment I'm using. I'm using the new Raw Jaws wedge, Callaway. I'm hitting the MB Callaway irons, Apex Pros, Roll Tide. And I'm hitting the Rogue Triple Diamond for my test. So these clubs have been fit to me. So this test should be pretty good. I swing around 105 to 107 miles an hour with my driver. I carry a 9-iron 155 yards. So that just gives you a little bit about me, and because this test is pretty much just for me. Not one ball fits everybody, and we know that, but I am going to put these to the test, see which one fits me. And if you swing around my swing speeds, this could be a pretty good test for you guys to kind of get some feedback without going and buying, 4 dozen different balls and hitting your own shots. So instead of just talking about it, how about this? I go ahead and start swinging, and let's get some results, all right? And we'll discuss them. See you in a sec. All right, everybody, I have collected the data. I've hit all the shots. And again, I want to remind you I used a 58 degree. And what I've done is I've sent it over to an Excel spreadsheet. You can see that I have the same data over here in a PDF that they uploaded. It's kind of hard to scroll through those screens. So what I'm going to do is we're going to look at this information on this Excel sheet. And I'm going to start with the 58 degree, and you'll see on the left side where it says Pro V, Pro V1X, left dash, left dot. So let's look at 58 degree. There really wasn't much difference on this 58 degree. You can see down here at the bottom in blue is where I have the backspin and I highlighted carry. So the correlations, you can see the standout one here is I averaged nearly 500 more RPMs, up to 700-800 more RPMs than the other balls with the Pro V1X, and did not sacrifice any distance. So if you play on a green that's softer and you don't want spin, well, Pro V1X may not be the one that you want, with wedges at least. But I do notice a huge benefit if you're looking for spin with a Pro V1X with a wedge. And again, I used a 58 degree. I was hitting the Callaway Jaws Raw. But you can see on average 102, 101 yards amongst them all. And again, the one that I really provoked this test was the left dot. And you can see it is the longest of them by 0.4 yards, so a half a yard roughly. And it was about the same on the spin of the other two, the Pro V1, the left dash, and the left dot, except for the Pro V1X. Another thing I like to look at is descent angles and height. So let's look at peak height. Averaging 83, averaging 81, 82, and 83. So nothing huge there. Descent angles are average around 51 on descent for all of them, which is that's very good actually. So if you're looking for spin, go Pro V1X. If you're looking for the least amount of spin, go to the left dash or the left dot. You're getting about the same height out of all of them. Let's go to the 9-iron. So we got left dot, X, left dash, and left dot. So this one up top, I mislabeled. So I'm actually going to delete. I don't know if it'll let me delete. The top one here that I'm circling, that is actually just a Pro V1, okay? And then we got the X, the left dash, and the left dot. I entered it wrong in this system, so I apologize for that, but this is the regular Pro V1. All right. and we're just looking at the grays, which is a 9-iron. We average 7,100 spin, 74, 69, and 73. So we start seeing a little bit of a separation in the left dash, which is not surprising. Throughout the test, the left dash is the longest ball, and it's because it has low spin. If you get the appropriate height and you're not fighting height, because spin, the more spin that you have, that creates lift, okay? So if you hit the ball high enough and your descent angles are good, you can actually deal with a little bit of lower spin. I've been playing left dash for probably 2 years now because I hit the ball high. You can see my peak height is 112, 109, 109, 110. It hangs around my driver speed, maybe a little bit more, which is not a bad thing as long as my descent angle is not super steep, which again, 50 is acceptable. I would probably say 48, 49 is where I want to be, but 50 with a 9-iron is good. So I could get away with this lower spin. That being said, as long as your environment, so if you qualify on height and descent, now you got to look at your environment. Are you playing firm or soft greens? So if you're playing firm greens, this low spin might not be a benefit for you. So again, it is a judgment call, but you can start seeing separation. I'm getting 500 RPMs less spin than the Pro V1X, and it's only really getting me 2 yards, so 154.6 to 153.1. So a yard and a half is all I'm really gaining. So me right now, I'm looking at the Pro V1X. If it's only costing me a yard and a half with my short irons, I might like that extra spin because my greens are not super soft, they're not super hard, they're about average, and my descent angles are really good with it, and my distances are good. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let's look at the left dot. So again, that's the one where kind of really provoked this test. 7,300 RPM spin, 153 carry. Nothing super aggressive there that's calling me thinking that that ball is any better than the rest. Again, the left dash is outperforming on distance, but probably the best medium, at least for my swing, is going to be the best mix is the Pro V1X with about sacrificing a yard and a half on distance, and I'm getting good spin. So far, Pro V1X is performing the best for me. Let's go to the 6-iron. So Pro V1, Pro V1X, same order as the rest, and you can see I labeled this one correctly. Let's look at spin. 5,100 on the Pro V1, 52 on X. And then look at that, 700 RPMs difference, left dash. And you can see it reflect in the distance. Again, I get the ball properly in the air, and you can see my peak height is actually a little lower than I want. It should be in the mid 100, about 102, 105. But you can see all of mine were except the Pro V1. It's consistently lifting higher. But let's go back to spin 51, 52, 45, and 50. So Pro V left dot, I don't know what the thrill is about it, but it's the left dash is outperforming it in spin if you want a low spin ball. And in distance, you can see that the distance is 191 to 186, and you can see that's shorter than the Pro V1X and about the same as the Pro V1. And I'm not getting the spin, so I don't really see any benefit to the lower spin on that Pro V1 left dot. The Pro V1X, I'm getting 700 RPMs more spin. It's costing me about 4 yards. So I start seeing that separation there. So I'm about a half a club shorter with the Pro V1X. So that's a judgment call on me. Let's see, my peak height is 96 and 96 the same. So it just depends what I'm looking for. If my greens are firm, there's no way I would play this 4,500 RPMs. I mean, even 5,200 is a little low for a 6-iron. But my clubs are built that way. I play a muscle back, and the shaft that I hit is made for low spin. So I'm still liking the Pro V1X, even though I currently game the left dash. But right now, I'm not sold on the left dot. So let's move to what people want to know about the driver. So I've got 2,300, 2,200 with the Pro V1X, 2,095, and 2,600, wow, with the left dot. So again, I just don't see what the hype's about the left dot. Let's see, carry 265, My gosh, 11 more yards with the left dash. It's only 4 more yards with the Pro V1X. That's nice to know. I was expecting a bigger difference. And then the left dash is 7 more yards, almost 8 more yards longer than the Pro V1. But that left dot, higher spin and lower carry, lowest of them all with a driver. So that's not much in the favor of the left dot. And you can see my numbers. I mean, I'm pretty consistent hitting the ball. I would say that I'm a pretty good tester for this. So you can see my carries are all really the same with each ball. There's a very small discrepancy between shot to shot. So again, this is up to you guys to judge. Let's see on peak height, 112, 115. Pro V1X is lower. Okay. So yeah, the left dash is a little bit higher, and it's supposed to be their highest launch ball. So for me, I'm might be gaming the Pro V1X to gain a little bit of feel around the greens. I just see more of an advantage to that rather than I may lose a half a club with my mid irons, and it could need some further testing. But I like the Pro V1X for me. I can give a half a club up or a little bit less than half a club, 3 to 4 yards to gain 1,000 RPMs with my wedges, which is significant control as long as you can control it. So that's my 2 cents, guys. So if you guys have any comments, please post them. If you have any requests, please repost if you like seeing these types of videos and you want me to test some other balls. But make sure that you click like and subscribe. Tune into our channel. We're going to have more data like this. We're going to be comparing simulators. We'll be looking at simulator software and TPI. I'm TPI certified, so we'll be looking at some stretches and things to help your game. And then also just basic instructions. So again, make sure you click like and subscribe to this page, and please comment if you want to see any kind of content in the future. But thanks for tuning in, and happy pin seeking, and we'll see you next time.